You ever get disrespected so hard, so unexpectedly, that your heart's pounding long after the moment's passed? That's exactly what happened when some entitled jerk in a convertible nearly ran me off the road. But fate had other plans, and so did I. Let's just say, revenge was served cold. Literally. If you've ever wished karma would show up a little faster for the jerks in your life, you're going to love this story. Hit that like button, subscribe for more satisfying revenge tales, and drop a comment if you've ever dreamed of pulling off the perfect petty payback. I had completely forgotten about this moment until I stumbled across a few petty revenge stories online, and suddenly, it all came flooding back like a cold wave of justice from my past. I was in my early 20s. You know that age where your skin's a little clearer, your fridge is a little emptier, and your patience is hanging by a thread? I was on my way home from a quick grocery run after a long, exhausting day. It was rush hour. Everyone was cranky, hungry, and just trying to get home in one piece. I was stuck in traffic like the rest of us when this guy, let's just call him Chad, comes tearing through in his cherry red convertible. And I mean tearing. He cuts me off so suddenly that I nearly clipped his back bumper. My entire body tensed up. Heart in my throat. I slammed on the brakes and let out this involuntary honk. Not an aggressive one, just a startled, "Dude, what the hell?" kind of honk. I didn't even flip him off. I wasn't trying to escalate anything. I just wanted to remind him that, hey, I was already in that lane. But Chad? Chad took that honk like I had personally insulted his masculinity, his haircut, and his Spotify playlist. He immediately starts screaming, throwing his hands up, flipping me off, double birds like it was his full-time job. I could see his mouth moving in the mirror. I couldn't hear him, but I could feel the venom. Red-faced, spitting mad type rage. And he kept looking back, like I was some sort of villain who dared to exist in traffic. Then, get this, he slows way down. Like 10 miles per hour slow. And we're both in the left turn lane. He's clearly trying to mess with me, block me in, or get me to react. I felt my stomach twist. That combination of anger, disbelief, and pure helplessness. You know that feeling? When someone wrongs you and then acts like you're the one who crossed a line. He keeps it crawling slow, and just as the light turns yellow, he guns it. Blows through the intersection like he's in Fast and Furious. Petty edition. And before disappearing, he gives me one more finger out the back. I sat there, heart pounding, stuck behind a red light, blinking at the empty space where his car used to be. I could have just gone home, cooked my dinner, and let it go. I should have let it go. But fate had other plans. The universe, as it turns out, sometimes likes a little theater. Just a few blocks later, I see that same unmistakable red convertible parked in front of an apartment building. I don't even mean, I think it was the same one. I mean, unmistakably him. Same plates. Same smug bumper stickers. Same overpriced chrome rims. And better yet, the top was down. That car was wide open. Now, I'm parked across the street, staring at this thing like it's a scene from a movie. My brain is racing. Do I just move on? Should I key it? Slash the tires? No, too risky, too aggressive. But I couldn't just walk away. Not after the way he made me feel. And that's when I saw them. Sitting right at the top of my grocery bag. A humble bag of frozen peas. You ever look at something so ordinary, and suddenly it feels like destiny? I picked them up. They were still rock solid, but already starting to sweat through the plastic. I stared at that bag like it was Excalibur. I looked back at his car. Leather seats. Convertible. Sun peeking through the clouds. I didn't hesitate. I crossed the street, walked right up to the car, casually popped open that bag, and dumped the entire contents right onto the driver's seat. Frozen green marbles rolling everywhere. Into the crevices. Under the seat. Between the seat belt buckle and the cushion. I stood there for a second and whispered to myself, revenge is a dish best served cold. And then I walked away. No rush. No guilt. Just the click of my shoes on the pavement and the slow return of my heartbeat to normal. I never saw his reaction. I didn't wait around the corner. Didn't peek through the bushes. But honestly, I didn't need to. I know what leather seats feel like with just a little moisture. Now imagine coming out to your prized convertible, ready to ride, and finding your seat soaking wet, lumpy, slimy peas stuck in places you didn't even know seats had. He probably sat down without noticing at first. Maybe in gym shorts. Maybe on a date. Or maybe he saw the mess right away and blew another gasket in that parking lot, yelling at the sky while the peas slowly thawed like judgment itself. And if my honk was enough to enrage him that much, I can only imagine what the peas did to his psyche. It wasn't some grand act of justice. I didn't ruin his life. But I ruined his day, and sometimes, that's enough. Because petty revenge? It's not about destruction. It's about reclaiming power, even just for a moment. And those peas? They weren't just vegetables. They were a quiet, cold little victory. If this story gave you chills or made you laugh, smash that like button and let us know in the comments. What's the pettiest, most satisfying revenge you've ever pulled off? And if you want more stories where karma strikes just right, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon. Because around here, justice is always served, hot or cold.